Alright, I'd like to introduce you to the newest shirt in Screw Attack apparel.
I thought we weren't supposed to make any new designs until we sold out of the old stuff.
Yeah, don't you worry about that. Anyway, let me present to you the brand new Top 10 shirt.
Isn't that just the 10-year anniversary?
New Top 10 t-shirt. Hey, click the link in the description and buy the brand new, not in any way old Top 10 shirt. If you don't, I'ma get eaten.
Everybody dreams of being rich someday because one of the best things about being rich, you don't have to clean your house anymore. You just hire a maid to do it for you. We've searched high and low for the best maids out there, and as long as they either act like a maid or even just dress like one, hey, that's good enough for us. I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Maids.
Number 10.
One of the very few female robots in the massive Mega Man universe, Roll was the little sister to the Blue Bomber and built to keep Dr. Light's lab clean. She's taken on numerous forms throughout the franchise, but maintains her maid identity, whether in the recent Archie comic series or in the older Ruby Spears cartoon.
I'm out of here!
Yeah, we're out of here.
Whoa, where are you going?
With you.
Not a chance, Fancy Pants. I don't need any girl robots getting in my way.
That's a little sexist. Anyway, even in fighting games, Roll comes packing her signature broom and bucket for those times when she isn't simply a weaker version of Mega Man. And despite housework being her primary function, she's actually pretty powerful. She's beaten Robot Masters on more than one occasion, and even cleaned up an entire city. That's efficient. And more importantly, that's a good maid.
Number 9.
What if the person cleaning your house and doing chores for you was not a person at all, but a freaking dragon? Miss Kobayashi's dragon maid, TOHRU, is actually a chaos dragon. And a powerful one too, since her dad is, the Emperor of Demise. But instead of wrecking our world, TOHRU devotes herself to cooking and cleaning for Miss Kobayashi. And she's very enthusiastic. TOHRU gets the best deals at the grocery store, she can cook, and she can fly. So if you're running a little late to work, she can give you a little lift. She's still new to the way of humans, and she can get a little pervy, but in the end, she's totally devoted to you. And if you asked, would probably start the apocalypse.
Number 8.
At the Shujin Academy, you'll find a teacher who goes by Becky. While she's a teacher by day, by night, guess what? She's a French maid. In Persona 5, Becky is your homeroom teacher, so when you and your boys decide to call a maid service for some kind of pervy scenario, it was probably a bit shocking to see your language arts teacher in thigh highs. Should you pursue her as a confidant, she ends up being an excellent maid, saving you a ton of time. She'll clean your room for you, make coffee in the cafe downstairs, and even do your laundry. Normally, each of those services would cost $50 each, but by the end of the game, she'll let you skip class or even stay out way past your bedtime. And yes, you can romance your own teacher, but don't get any funny ideas, man. There's already a sexy road warrior and BDSM devil pining over you, but hey, at least they're your age.
Number 7.
As the surrogate mother of 3 boys to a widower, you have to be a top-notch maid if you plan on surviving. Throw a new wife and 3 girls in the mix and you're in the running for Maid of the Year every year. Seriously, how Alice Nelson of the Brady Bunch managed to keep 6 kids in line, a house spotless, and still be the funniest member of the family is beyond human comprehension. But the Brady family was always a bit unrealistic in that regard. Side note, real talk, Jan was keeping it 100 since the first episode.
Marsha, Marsha, Marsha!
Yet somehow, after years of dry wit and self-deprecation, Alice remained ever faithful to the Bradys, even joining in the occasional game or two. And hey, if you still question her inclusion on this list, there are a few times when Alice would throw her back out and everything in the house went to crap. Never leave us again, Alice. Never.
Number 6.
Now, it's tough enough running a household with a bunch of kids, but try running an entire castle complete with cursed cutlery and one monstrous master. With no hands. Because you're a teapot. Of course, we're talking about Mrs. Potts from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Of all the servants in the castle, Mrs. Potts is easily the most level-headed and charitable of the bunch. She immediately tries to make Belle as comfortable as possible, given her, imprisonment, and is often a sense of reason for the afflicted prince. While the Beast's hot temper typically goes unabated, he respects Mrs. Potts enough to go scream into a pillow if need be. And by pillow, of course, I mean the air. Mrs. Potts manages to take charge of all of this responsibility. Again, without hands! That's a skilled maid right there. Also, she knows how to throw a party.
Number 5.
I'll be real honest here, the only thing this maid really knows how to cook is a grenade. Roberta from Black Lagoon kinda sucks as a maid in most senses of the word, but when it comes to serving her master, that is where her skill set truly shines. With a history of assassination and guerrilla combat, Roberta the maid is one of the most feared individuals on Black Lagoon. Using her grenade launcher suitcase and shotgun umbrella, she'll kill anybody in order to protect her master, Garcia. Oh, and she's also able to do all this while wearing her stylish maid duds. She may take a little bit longer than the other maids to do the laundry, but when it comes to taking out the trash, I think her other areas of expertise make her more than qualified.
Number 4.
I think if you're a billionaire, there's probably some unspoken law that says you have to have at least one servant on staff. For Roger Smith in Paradigm City, he found companionship in his maid, Dorothy Wayneright. She's a robot.
You're a louse, Roger Smith.
Coming in at just under 5 feet and a whopping 287 pounds, Dorothy is an android indebted to Roger after he saves her from a hostage situation. Because of his heroism, she joins his household as a maid, but Dorothy's abilities are much greater than you'd expect. Her strength and speed are considered superhuman, with a number of extraordinary feats that have her aiding Roger in his negotiating duties. At least when she's not being used as a decoy for gunfire. Now, I know that sounds cruel, but there is the possibility of there being a sort of Blade Runner situation on our hands here. Problem is, the series wraps up before the two can even confess their love. But at least Dorothy does merge with Roger's Megadeus Big O for the grand finale.
Number 3.
Yep, number 3 is another animaid, but this time, she's rich as crap and is famous for her strategy game skills. Number 3 is FARIS NYANNYAN, a maid who owns her own cafe themed after, well, cats and maids. Look, she's freaking adorable, okay? As far as anime maids are concerned, FARIS is probably the most socially eccentric, but that just adds to her charm. And overall, she's one of the cooler maids out there. She's super friendly, really quirky, and is known far and wide for being the very best at a game called ROBERTA. So, a famous, rich, nerdy, cat-like maid girl? Yes, this is fine.
Number 2.
The only thing better than a lovable, sassy maid who becomes part of the family is one programmed to serve. Enter XB500, better known as Rosie the robot from the Jetsons. Rosie's pretty much got it all. She's a master chef, a competent medic, a homework machine, and a transportation device. For pretty much any problem you have, she's got some kind of Deus Ex Machina type solution in that go-go gadget body of hers. Rosie is fiercely loyal to the Jetsons family and takes no crap from anyone, even if that means throwing a pie in your jerk boss's face. She's awesome. She'll even travel through all of space and time to save you from dinosaurs or throw down with WWE superstars. The Big Show? What? Anyway, it's clear from the first episode that the Jetsons family is not equipped to take care of themselves. Without Rosie, their lives would most definitely not be the same. You'd think the least they could do is show their appreciation by including her in the intro theme, but nope. Poor Rosie.
It's number 1.
The magical nanny who rode in on the East Wind is a frequent maid to the Banks family at 17 Cherry Tree Lane. And I know we've had a few magic maids on this list, but none are quite like Mary Poppins. Look, you guys don't understand. Mary Poppins is the most anime maid on this list. She's, get this, the goddess of maids, capable of interdimensional travel and consistently defies the laws of physics. She flies, has tea parties on the ceiling, and even transports the children to other dimensions like this painting. Is that really a dimension though? That's just some artwork on the sidewalk, like it's not even a real place. But that's just a taste of Mary's true power, because in the books, the envelope gets pushed even further and further into the realm of science fiction. And all the while, she's making sure that the Banks children learn valuable lessons in the process. You know, stuff like clean your room, take your medicine, that's a good one. Use the phrase supercalifragilisticexpialidocious to make your dad's boss laugh himself to literal death so that your dad can move up the corporate ladder.
Father died laughing. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
Anytime Mary's on duty, you know it's gonna feel like a jolly holiday. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Felicia from Fire Emblem Fates may not be the hottest maid out there, but she's still cool to us. She comes in as our secret number 11 because, in all honesty, she's clumsy and not actually that good as a maid. But she gets some points for fighting in a war dressed as, you know, a maid. That counts for something.